Yo guys, it's back with a brand new video, and today I have, well, I don't have yet, but today we're gonna be going over week 3, Boston Snoms versus Pulse Diancies. I'm Boston Snoms, we're 1-1, and we're versing Pulse Diancies, which are 2-0 undefeated. This is a very interesting matchup because, let me just, that's the matchup. It is. I think this team is a top 3 team, just team by itself. And the fact this team is 2-0 is kind of worrying for me. This team has a lot of threats, like Alolan, like Specs, Alolan, Raichu, Electric, whatever, and Surge Surfer and all that. Tapu Koko is a threat. Sceptile isn't really a threat, but Unburdened Swords Dance might be a problem. Alolan Ninetales getting screens up could be bad for something like a Zygarde setup or a Mega Slowbro setup, which we're going to talk about Mega Slowbro, because that's going to be very interesting. Skarmory, I can deal with that, it can just set up spikes, but really the main 6 that I'm scared of are probably Tapu Koko, Alolan Raichu, Mega Slowbro, Alolan Ninetales, Corsola, and Ditto. Moltres I'm not too worried about. I have things like Zapdos, I have Sharpedo, I just have things that can sort of get in the way of it. But, yeah, this team is gonna be very difficult. So I might as well, I mentioned it earlier, Mega Slowbro is very interesting. Now, he has never brought Mega Slowbro, and I believe, Ninetales? Yeah. So he's never brought those two, and I can definitely see both of them coming this matchup. Just because screens are really, really good against this team, and like things like Superior definitely does not appreciate a light screen getting set up. But yeah, this team is very tanky. One interesting thing to note is that besides from Ditto, there is no Mon on the team that can get Heal Bell, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong, but that's a plus. Yeah, Mega Slowbro. So Mega Slowbro got Store Power, and I believe it has Cosmic Power, which its ability is Shell Armor, if you don't know, and that ability is ridiculous for a tanky Pokemon that likes to set up. Like, for example, if Clefable had it, Clefable would be broken. Even more broken than it already is. But Mega Slowbro can get status, which is its big weakness, especially on a team like this where there is no Heal Bell, and there really is no way to get rid of that poison. So that's something going to be a thing. So the 6 that I think my opponent are probably going to bring is Koko, Zygarde, Alolan Raichu, Alolan Ninetales, Mega Slowbro, and then either Ditto or Galarian Corsola. My opponent has brought Ditto and Tapu Koko every time, so I'm kind of expecting Ditto to come. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and I hate Ditto to begin with. So, so yeah, let's go over the team I brought. So, oh, you can see the cool little thingy. So, first we have Porygon 2, which has never come. This is going to be its first match, and after this match, every single one of my mons have played a match, which makes team building a lot more difficult if you're just looking off of games played. Because now you have to prep for everything. There's no reason why you cannot prep for everything. So Porygon 2, I've said this before, it is by far one of my favorite, if not my favorite tanks ever. Eviolite with 95 bulk is insane, and you're going to definitely see it this match because I'm running Eviolite with it. Trace is just for scouting abilities, for, I don't know. Like Unburden, if this mon wants to get Unburden, or Curse Body would be cool. Pressure, and Battle Armor, I guess those could be cool, but for the most part, Trace is just for tracing abilities. Maybe I could put Analytic, because Analytic Tri-Attack would be kind of cool, or I could put Download, because I don't really, like this would get an edge on Slowbro, this would get an edge on probably Zygarde, probably Sceptile, Skarmory, Drapion, Yeah, so I mean, I could do that, but I think getting those abilities down for sure is definitely gonna be something big. And I usually don't like bringing stally teams, but I need a way to deal with these threats. Particularly Mega Slowbro, Zygarde, and Tapu Koko. And the best way I can do that is through just bringing them down some HP. And yeah, that's definitely the only thing I can really do. And yeah, I mean that's Porygon too. So Superior has come, I believe, 2 weeks. This is its second week. Superior does its job every single week, which I mean I've only had it, but whatever. Its job is pretty much to just get some damage in, and that's why I'm running Specs this week. Now, it's good to note that Moltres, Skarmory, Drapion, Moltres, Skarmory, Drapion, and then I believe both Raichu and Tapu Koko can come on this for free, which is kind of not good. I mean, a Superior has a very, very shallow moveset. It's pretty much Leaf Storm, a Hidden Power, and then Glare Sub or something like that. So with something like Specs or Scarfs, you're gonna have to use a status move, and I just picked Toxic. Glare could work, but I'd rather get Toxic off because, I mean, it can hit 2 threats rather than 1, so yeah, whatever. So that's Superior. It just has a pretty good matchup this week. It can just hit everything pretty hard. It gets rid of that Mega Slowbro. Next we have Salazzle. So Salazzle is coming again. It's gonna do the same thing it was supposed to do last week, which is Corrosion, Sub Protect Stall. Like, what I'm not looking forward to is an Unburdened Sceptile or Koko or something. So the whole deal with Salazzle is getting it in on a tank. So whether it be Skarmory, whether it be Drapion, just any type of tank it can outspeed. That way, it can just get a free sub and then possibly get a free Toxic off. So yeah, I mean this set is very standard, it's very basic. It's just playing off reads and getting it in when it needs to get in. Next we have Palossand. So Palossand is interesting. Again, this is my really only good way to deal with Alolan Raichu and Tapu Koko both spamming electric type moves. This gives Sceptile though a very, very easy switch in. Mega Slowbro can kind of come in on this. I mean, it depends on the set, but I can spam Giga Drain and Shadow Ball against it. Scorching Sands is a really good option because for something like Zygarde, which if it does come, it's probably going to be running physical. I could possibly get a burn on it, and that could be really, really clutch if it's D-Dance sub or something like that. Same for Sceptile and same for Drapion. Yeah, I mean this is I don't know what else to say for this. It's just one of my only other tanks with Porygon 2. Yeah. Next we have Sharpedo, which has come every week. I think this is probably the best Pokemon right now in the game. Okay, that may sound far-fetched, but this one, when it Dynamaxes, is pretty OP. If you can get the first Protect, you're already outspeeding things that were Scarfed, which is going to be insane for this Mon. And if you don't outspeed it on the first, or on the second turn, you're probably going to get annihilated. I mean, this Mon got access to, it now has, I don't know if it did or it just got it, but it has Earthquake apparently. So that's cool. Ice Fang is there for that Zygarde, which is so annoying. And then Liquidation. It was either Liquidation or Crunch. I might change it back to Crunch because giving me an edge over Galarian Corsola. I mean, Galarian Corsola doesn't want to switch into this. Period. Like, you don't want to switch into this Mon. So that could be a good reason, but yeah, I mean, this is just Life Orb, very standard. Protect first turn, and then you sweep. A really good late game, etc. Lastly, we have Zapdos. So Zapdos, I believe, has also come every week. Also came every week. As you can see, very intricate EV spread. Pretty much this is just outspeeding, I believe, the Drapion and Zygarde. I have Defog. Defog, what Defog does is it just gets rid of hazards, and it also gets rid of screens, which is going to be really nice for this team. Like you guys saw, I'm not bringing hazards this week, because I don't really think they're necessary. Rocks could be nice. It does pretty good damage to everything, but I don't think it's really necessary. Chip would be nice, but I have things volt switching around and everything. Zygarde definitely may not want to come in on this. If I can get a Toxic off on it, it can go insane. Roar is there for subsets. It's there for especially that Mega Slowbro. I'm telling you, if that Mega Slowbro can sweep, like it is insane. And then I volt switch to just pivot out. Yeah, that's my team. Like, this is probably my worst matchup. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't have the best matchup for this team. I don't have pieces that can get rid of it. I don't have, like, the best ground type, so it's not like I can just go off with it. But I definitely do think I have a pretty good shot at winning this game, given the right circumstances, given the right mons come. And, yeah, that's gonna be all, and I'll see you guys when the match starts. Alright guys, so I have the week 3 matchup right here. Yeah, so this is a very interesting team. So he did bring Ditto, he did bring Mega Slowbro, like I said. Type of Coco came, Zygarde came, and then I did not expect Skarmory and Drapion to come. Because they're very... Drapion doesn't have the best matchup if it were a T-Spike set. Because I obviously have Salazzle, and that was my guaranteed mod I was going to bring this whole entire time. Same with Porygon too. And for something like Skarmory to come, especially with Corrosion and just how many threats I have that can threaten it, was another mon that just completely slipped off the radar, especially because I have some insane wall breakers on this team, like Mega Gallade, like Superior, etc. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, let's just hop into this game. So I led Zapdos. I was gonna either lead Zapdos here, or I believe I was gonna lead Palisand here. And I'm really glad I led Zapdos here actually, because this is Scarf. I'm running 320 speed, and this can max out at 317. Yeah. So this is Scarf, and I just went for Volt Switch here. And I brought in Serperior, so I think this is a really, really good play. I want to make that known that my mindset going into this was he's Scarf. He's definitely going to go for a knockoff here. So what I can do is I can go for Leaf Storm. If I go for Leaf Storm, that gives me +2, and I can knock it out with HP ground. So it does go for knockoff, and I do go for Leaf Storm. I get my +2, and now I'm sitting pretty comfortably. Ditto comes in, which went for HP ground here, so it's only gonna do like what, 18%, yeah. And it Dragon Pulses. I use Toxic. The reason why I didn't attack here or use any move here and went for Toxic was because I knew Ditto was I knew Ditto was a very big threat. It can easily revenge kill, so if I can just lower this thing second by second by second and get it in range of possibly Mega Sharpedo or Salazzle coming in and finishing it off, that would be really good for me. So yeah, I'm gonna get this. I go into Porygon 2 here. I went to Porygon 2 because the max it does is 26% if it's modest, which I get the download boost. It is. So I did change this to download because just getting that really good damage off on Coco and Superior is going to be really, really nice. So Drapion does come back in. I should have Tri-Attacked here. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. I'm pretty sure Tri-Attack would have KO'd. I can check actually. Verse what's it called? Drapion. So even if it is defensive utility, yeah, it's still a KO. It's a range, but same thing. It's not the best range, but it's still a really good range. I can get status effects, obviously. But I went Zapdos here because, I mean, knockoff is obviously a thing, and I didn't want to do that. So Poison Jab's going to do some damage. I can Volt Switch now and get my Salazzle for free, which I see what I go for Toxic here because I was like, I'm so stupid. I went for Toxic here because I was like, if Ditto comes in, then Ditto can obviously do something. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, right here I just go for sub, on the Ditto, or no, I protect, I think. Yeah, I Toxic. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, because I obviously knew Ditto was going to come in. I felt like I knew that. I just completely forgot I already Toxic'd it. So I know it's going to go for Toxic here, so I might as well get another 12% off of it right here, and I can go into Superior because, in hindsight, this was probably my worst play. Sacking Superior this early because it does have really good tech against Zygarde and, yeah, just really Zygarde. So sacking it was definitely the wrong play, but pretty much what I can do now here is Drapion comes back in, and I just HP ground. We knock each other out. So good job, Superior, yay. Next, Salazzle comes in on the Coco. This obviously will outspeed me every time. So I think, yeah, I just protect for scouting. This is Specs, because the obvious play would be to change something up, because I feel like a switch was obvious. And that was lucky, but, I Shadow Ball here. I was like, there's no way you stay in. There's absolutely no way, so, yeah, I just went for Shadow Ball. A Spadef drop would have been really nice instead of the crit. As you can see, it's going to get some more health. I should have probably called that and went for Scorching Sands, but we're going to get a Spadef drop. So that's great. And right here I went Zapdos. So why did I go Zapdos? Zapdos is a really, really, really good mon. Even without it's really good at clearing the field and stuff. I was not expecting this thing, though, to have Toxic, so that now puts it on a timer. And I can't really defog this away. I feel like I have to Volt Switch out, and now I have to keep it for fodder. And right here, I go Porygon 2. Now let me tell you why I went Porygon 2. When I did my calcs, I didn't realize the calc already incorporated download into it. So I'm gonna get a special attack raised here. But what I did in the calcs here, so this is against Coco, I thought it wasn't calcing it already, so I just gave myself +1. And I was like, oh, it's a guaranteed kill. And then and then I'm pretty sure I got my lowest roll, right? 60.1 is the lowest. What I got? I got something really low. So yeah, T-Volt does 42. Yeah, I get literally the lowest roll, and I'm pretty sure you get the highest roll. 42. Yeah. I can't. Like, I'm not saying. Oops. I'm not saying I would have won the game if there was luck, if I wasn't as lucky, and if my opponent wasn't as lucky, but little things like that really do add up, and do kind of anger you. So I go Palisand here. I was expecting Toxic next turn, so I went into Salazzle. Obviously, it's going to use Toxic. I'm like, alright, great, now I can start setting up my Salazzle. Goes into Zygarde, which makes sense, but I can go on my sub and just click Toxic. And then, Okay, so he starts setting up, and I'm like, alright, obviously can't go for sub here, because there'd be no reason for going for sub, because you'd just be taking more health. So I was like, let me just stay in, let me get some chip, because, I mean, what other set is there? And then and here's what I should have done. I probably should have, okay, so, obviously, flamethrower here, so he has a berry. I don't know what that berry was. It was something that raised, special attack. It was hit by a special move, I think. It's that. So I go for flamethrower here, I'm like, alright, it's in range. Brings rest, so that kind of screws me. And I'm like, crap, what do? I just click flamethrower. What I should have done right here, though, is gone into Porygon 2 and recovered. That should have been my play, and keep it as like a tank. I could have went Palossand, I could have went Sharpedo, Mega Evolved, and then, or not Mega, Dynamaxed. Instead I stay in, and I click Flamethrower. So, I mean, I could have definitely won this game. I think if I made the right plays and I just had a brain for a second, I think I definitely could have won this game. Not even like predicting a rest, but like just switching into Sharpedo and going for an Ice Fang or going for a Max Hailstorm or something like that. Would have definitely turned the tides of this and definitely given me a better shot. So yeah, I just continuously click Flamethrower, wakes up, clicks 1,000 Arrows, it's gonna make my sub fade. And then I'm like, alright, crap, I'm gonna sack him on. Goes for Coil! And then I'm like, alright, Sharpedo's in. Let me do some cool tech. And then he uses a Glare, and like, okay, so we went over this after the match. Glare does make a lot of sense, because obviously he feared it, he feared the Dynamax, and if I did Dynamax, he still would have KO'd me. It obviously makes a lot of sense as to why you would Dynamax, or as to why you would put Glare, but seriously. Not even a Coil, just Glare. So that's the moveset. Yeah, just really annoying, to be honest. Like, at this point, I'm just... There's nothing I can do, really, unless I get, like, a burn. But even if I get a burn, he can just rest. And I did get a burn. And then my thick skull is like, let's not go into Sharpedo here. Get 2 speed boosts, outspeed it, and then click Max Hailstorm into Max Hailstorm. I'm just like, let's click Scorching Sands a bunch of times. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, it's at 52%. If I can just get, like, a Toxic or a Flamethrower off, alright, now it's in range. I just need to click Max Hailstorm. So I bring out Sharpedo, and I forget it's slower than me, so I die. So that's game. Yeah, I mean, I'm still salty. I was like, I'm gonna take, like, I just forfeited. Usually, in my opinion, if you forfeit, shame on you. You are, I wouldn't say you're the worst player in the world, but you should at least play it out. But I definitely do think I should have just played this match out, and even if I did lose, I mean, it's just Pokemon, but it's very frustrating. It's just sometimes very frustrating. And in general, this one, like, I don't mean to go off on a rant and make this video, like, 30 minutes long, but I don't understand how this mon was banned. How it was not banned. It has some pretty OP sets, as you can see. And sure, if you have a special attacker, you can, if you have an Ice-type move, you can obviously beat up this team, but if you don't, you kinda can't. Yeah, so if I were to look back on this in hindsight and all that wonderful shit, I would have probably brought Mega Gallade. Originally I had HP Ice on Superior, and that was like, last minute I was like, I'm probably gonna need it for Coco, so that was fucking misplay on my part. I'm fine with Salazzle. I thought Salazzle had a really good matchup here, and same for Porygon too. But something like Zapdos being replaced for Mega Glade, and even bringing Berserker as one of my mons, I think that could have helped a lot. Literally this team has nothing that can deal with Berserker. So, at least in this matchup, besides from Thousand Arrows. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a little annoying sometimes when you have this plan, and, I mean, you didn't really think it through, but you have a plan, and you're really excited about it. You can use Destiny Bond Sharpedo, and you finally get Salazzle to do its thing, and you thought you had a chance, and then just pull you out from the rug. So, yeah, I mean, it's a loss. It's a 5-0 loss. We're sitting 1-2 -4, which probably puts us out of playoffs for right now. But like I've been saying this throughout this whole entire season, I'll probably keep saying it until around the halfway mark. There are 15 weeks in the season. I can handle 2 losses. It's just sometimes annoying. I might make some free agent transactions because I think I might need some more offensive mons, but pretty much that's going to be it. This was the only team where I felt like I had a bad matchup. I don't know if I said that in the beginning, but I felt like I had a bad matchup this matchup. My opponent may beg to differ, but I didn't really know what to bring to this matchup. Obviously hindsight's 2020, and I didn't in hindsight, I didn't really prep for this Zygarde well. I didn't bring any ice type moves. I didn't bring any fairy type moves. I just didn't bring anything that could counter it besides from Salazzle, which even then can't really do that well. Apparently, because fucking let's bring rest for 1 week. Yeah, but I completely misplayed. I brought one ice type move, and look at the defense. Like, just, yeah. GG to my opponent, though. I think they are, even though I am salty, I still do think they're one of the top teams, if not the top team. They have, in my opinion, one of the best teams, and they somehow got fucking Zygarde and Tapu Koko on the same team. So, yeah. Yeah, I just hope I can bounce back. I don't know if I will. I have no idea, but yeah. I mean, if I had to blame the loss on anything, it would probably be that. I mean, it's been about 2 weeks since I've played a match in this league. So I feel like I just didn't really click with the team as well as I did, like, week 1. Or even week 2, even though I lost. I'd still say I didn't really click as well, but it's Pokemon. It's a game, whatever. But still, very unfortunate to pick up a loss. But GG to my opponent. Yeah, I'm really a little upset. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, boys.